Writing blog posts on topics that interest you and your audience is key to keeping them reading, watching, or listening, and you motivated to stay on top of your content output. So in this week's video, you're going to learn 3 different ways that you can generate blog topics that your audience will actually care about. Hey Empire Builders, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Haley Dale, a content and sales funnel strategist, helping you create more purposeful, productive, and yes, profitable content too. So if that sounds like what you're looking for, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below this video for regular value-packed videos like this every single Monday. You know what used to stop me dead in my tracks when I'd sit down and try to turn my carefully planned editorial calendar into written blog pieces? Boring, uninspiring topics. In a mad rush, and likely using one of those crazy generate 300 topics in 5 minutes kind of prompt posts, I'd brainstorm topics and slot them into dates on my calendar. Sure, they fit the bill of what my blog was about and what could potentially interest my readers or watchers, but they do nothing for me when I sat down to actually write them. It was a little bit like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. My right-brained, organized, planning side would be satisfied, but my more creative left-brain side that actually needed to be there to create the content would feel cheated and uninspired. I learned the hard way that quality really does mean so much more than quantity when it comes to your content. Unfortunately, it took me several attempts before I actually put this lesson into practice. So eventually I came to the conclusion that my content would only be a success if content fulfilled my curiosity, and as a bonus, it's actually something that's going to help and delight my audience as well. And so after years of trial and error, I have 3 methods that I come to back again and again when filling my client's editorial calendar and my own, and I'm detailing each one of them in this video to help you experiment and find a method that works best for your brain and preferred planning method. So let's get started with method number 1, the capsule content method. So in a recent blog post that I wrote, I detailed my minimalist content strategy, which included this capsule content method. I'll include a link below this video if you want to check it out. The basic premise is this though: you don't need endless amounts of content as a business owner to market your offers. You actually need fewer, higher quality posts that relate to what you're actually selling. I actually only recommend creating 12 essential posts which make up your capsule content collection for that offer, and these include 3 posts that explore the problems related to your offer topic, 3 posts that explore goals that your ideal clients and customers have related to your offer topic, 3 posts exploring a particular objection that your ideal clients and customers have when it comes to your offer, 1 post detailing your signature process or showing how your offer works, and that works for either product or service-based businesses, 1 post showcasing the results or benefits of your offer, and 1 post exploring the context of where your offer fits within a bigger picture or a bigger system. Then, once you have these 12 core posts, you can take a break from creating content indefinitely if you want to, because each of these can be repurposed in dozens and dozens of different ways and shared on various platforms. If you want to learn more about the process of using the capsule content method, I will put a link below to that minimalist content strategy blog post, and you can learn all about it there and get my capsule content planner to actually come up with these topics. If I were starting my business all over again, this is 100% the method I would use as a business owner wanting to strategically use content to build my business. Next method, number 2, the how factory. This is one I talk about a lot, and it is a finish this sentence process that'll help you come up with a ton of high value topic ideas for blog posts, freebies, and emails. I think the record in one of my free challenges that I ran last year was close to 100 topics from this exercise. And here's how it works. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to finish the sentence. So for each prompt, we'll have the words how to plus a verb, and then you'll finish it with whatever comes to mind for you, as long as it relates to your business, right? So you can do some sorting and some ranking after the fact. Just try to get as many as possible. So no editing, no filtering at this stage, just write down whatever pops up and try to get down as many ideas as possible. I recommend setting a timer for 2 to 3 minutes for each one of these 9 prompts. So here are a few examples. So how to create And then I'd finish that with a budget for your office remodel, how to create the best gluten-free loaf of bread, how to create your book outline. So I have a How Factory workshop and template. I will put a link to it below this video in case you decide you want to try that method for coming up with as many topics as possible. Or you can grab a blank sheet of paper, anything, or go and sign up for the How Factory workshop to get the template there. But that's step number one. Just grab a blank piece of paper or grab the template. Then step number two, you want to set a 2 to 3 minute timer for each one of these prompts and write down as many ideas that come to mind. So I'm going to go through the 9 prompts here. So how to create, how to plan, how to choose, how to build or make, how to achieve or reach, how to visualize, how to design, how to write, and how to set up. And another one that I've been using a lot lately to make this around 10 is how to fix. So step number 3, after you've completed the prompts, you're going to go through all of the topic ideas that you came up with and create your short list. So once you're finished going through each of these prompts, you're going to have a ton of content. There might be some replication. There might be some posts that really aren't that great. So I want you to go back through with a highlighter or star and with a pencil, or bold any answers if you've done it with a Word doc, for the ones that you think you want to move forward. So your goal here is to come up with your top 10 topics that you're most interested in creating content around. By the end of this, you should have a slew of topics that are good and related to your industry, and a short list of at least 10 that you're most interested in exploring right now. So this is an exercise that you can redo anytime you're feeling a little low in the topic inspiration area. So again, you can sign up for the How Factory workshop and template if you wanted a guided version of this, or you can DIY it using my tips that I just went over. Last but not least is method number 3, which is mind mapping. I love me a mind map, and I have an annual subscription to MindMaster, and I love it. So here's the process I use when using mind map to come up with topics. So step number 1, I want to start with a general list of categories that I cover. I want to compare these against what your potential customers or clients are interested in reading or listening or watching about from you, and come up with 3 to 5 broad topics that you can cover in your blog. So these might be your content categories. For example, if you're a web designer who only does one-on-one work with clients, writing blog posts about how someone can DIY their entire website might not be the best way to go. These people who want to read these posts aren't your potential customers, they're DIYers. Better topic categories might include website strategy related to overall business strategy, preparing your web project, preparing for it, education about working with a designer, branding, etc. Step number 2 is to create a mind map for each category. So write the category in the middle of the page or the whiteboard and add 5 branches. What, why, when, and where, how. Also add a side column for ideas that come up that don't really fit into these categories. Step number 3 is to generate ideas based on the W parameters. So what are the whats? What concepts, strategies, techniques do you need to introduce this topic or this theme to your reader, watcher, or listener? Examples are like 4 types of homepage strategies, what a business coach can do for you, 9 inspiring examples of living room layouts. Then we want to talk about what are the whys, right? So what are the objections that your reader or listener or viewer might have around working with you? How can you answer these? So some examples of whys would be why a professional website can make or break you. 7 reasons hiring a wedding coordinator is the best wedding decision you'll make. What are the whens? So what timing considerations do potential customers or clients contend with? So here are some examples. When to DIY and when to hire a professional web designer. How soon should you book your wedding photographer? Then we're moving on to the wheres. So what location, physical and digital decisions do your readers or listeners or viewers have to make? So some examples are the best places to find inspiration for your website. What social media scheduling tool will work best for you? Then we have our hows, right? So what tutorials, processes can you teach your readers or listeners or viewers that won't replace working with you, but will enhance it? So some examples would be stuff like how to hire a web designer, right? That gets you. How to create your event budget or your wedding budget. So post types that are always fun ideas, think of these when you're coming up with them, are behind the scenes, interviews with complimentary experts, case studies, showcasing your latest projects or client successes, how-tos, listicles. There's no limit to the type, But first, come up with that list of detailing out the W's in your mind map. Then, just like before, go through all of those ideas and star or highlight to create your short list of ideas. And you want to come up with the 10 that you're most excited about moving forward with now. And before we wrap this up, I just have a special mention tip here. I want you to keep a running topic inspiration list. So keep your best topic ideas, even if you're not going to use them right away, in an inspiration bank. One of the best resources for coming up with better content topics is an inspiration bank. So it'll store, track, and filter anything that you find inspiring, interesting, or something that you want to come back to and reference at a later point. So if you have that in Trello or if you have that in Asana, make a column for content topics or content ideas that you maybe want to remember for later. The thing is that everyone collects inspiration from different places, whether it's from Facebook group posts we've come across to a pin you've saved to read later. If you're like most people, you have these tidbits of inspiration everywhere. And how do you make sure that you're actually coming back and using that inspiration, finding it and seeing it when you actually need it? So I recommend setting up that inspiration bank and making sure you have a regular process to go and collect all those tidbits of inspiration, move it into your inspiration bank. And then when you're at your editorial planning phase, make sure to reference that first when needing to fill out your content calendar, because yes, these 3 methods of coming up with content topics is great, but they are time consuming. So if you already have a short list of topics that are going to work for you, definitely check there first and make it a habit to keep these nice and handy. So I want you to let me know in the comments, what method are you most excited to try out? And then if you want more videos like this one, make sure to click on the next video on your screen and hit subscribe so that you're the first to know about new videos dropping, which drop every single Monday.